Hey guys, it's your boy Quay, your boys back with another video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on my post notifications so you guys can be notified once your boy posts another video. So today basically got Baddies USA episode 1 recap, y'all. So y'all, I really did a video of this already, y'all, but I don't know why. It's like my camera, I was trying to like transfer every single thing to my phone to like edit it and stuff, y'all. I don't know why, like my camera was not letting me transfer that long form video, because the video was like 36 minutes. I tried like the Bluetooth way, I tried the USB, y'all. It still wasn't working. I really don't understand why is it doing that. Honestly, I think that video was like about like 36 minutes long, and y'all, I was just so aggravated, y'all. I try to transfer that, y'all, about 20 times. It still wasn't done. So I was like, heck it, I'ma just just make another video, y'all. Oh, I'm so aggravated. Oh, okay, so I just don't like to waste my time. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the Baddies episode 1 recap, because y'all, I just watched episode 2, and I'll be doing a recap on that as well. So this is about Baddies USA episode 1 recap. Okay, a lot of things had transpired. The first episode started with Natalie coming out, and she wanted to bring out like the Bad Girls Club girls to introduce to reveal the cast that we'll be having for this season. So like all the OG bad girls, the ones that had participated in like Betty's ATL, who jumped in and out, like Sarah, she came on like Betty South, and anybody that had any parts in Bad Girls Club and Baddies that was on Baddies, they brought all of them, like Persuasion, Jayla, Sarah, Bree, Cat from Baddies West, Seven. They bring like all the Bad Girls Club people. So they finally got there, y'all, and Natalie instantly did not want any hugs from anybody. Everybody was trying to like hug Natalie and stuff, and Natalie wasn't going for it. And honestly, like, it's not what you say, it's like how you say things. And Natalie came off very harsh to like some of the girls, saying that y'all sit down. I don't want to get y'all, I don't want no hugs, because the last time a person, wound up sneaking me. Y'all be sneaking too much. Like, I guess, she was kind of like traumatized from DTB, because DTB always kept like sneaking her and stuff. So, I guess DTB got her traumatized. So, she stated that she wanted to, have all the girls, sit down and stuff, and they were supposed to like reveal the cast that we'll be having for this season. Instantly they started talking about who made Batty Shot O'Clock, and that was like the biggest thing. Everybody know that Bree came up with the situation with Batty Shot O'Clock on Batty South when it was in New Orleans, and Natalie was like, no, she made that, and it was like the biggest thing. Then instantly Persuasion was like, we wasn't acting weird to you, Natalie. Like, why you sitting there just bashing us or treating us any kind of way and stuff? And they started to get on the Batty Shot O'Clock thing, and it was like the biggest thing. And then instantly, y'all, Tanisha walks in. Now, Natalie's perspective, Natalie said that she agreed for Tanisha to come last minute, but honestly, I feel like Natalie didn't know that Tanisha was coming at all. That was just, it was like kind of like a shocker for her, so she instantly got up and left. And I feel like Tanisha, was like, she was hesitant about coming and stuff, and she did ask for like, I think like 6 figures. Lemmy had stated, and he was like, there was only going to be the Bad Girls Club people was only supposed to be there for like 1 day. He felt like the amount of money that Tanisha was asking for, it wasn't worth it, by having her. So I guess they agreed, to a certain amount, and they agreed, last minute when it came down to like Tanisha, and she decided to come with the girls. I'm pretty sure a lot of them only got paid like probably like $10,000 to $20,000. I know Tanisha probably got paid a little bit more because she is the OG bad girl, and she's very respected. And she wanted what she wanted, and I guess Zeus matched her or got to a close amount, for her to agree to it. But she decided to do it. Some of the girls, went outside to go back and try to get Natalie. Natalie did not want to come in, and I guess Natalie was kind of didn't want to address, or she didn't want to feel like people are going to attack her, because she was already fussing with Bree, and Tanisha was coming in unexpected, and now she's going to be having to going back and forth with Tanisha. And Tanisha was the executive producer of Baddies ATL, but she wound up getting cut out of the deal. So they decided to not bring Tanisha back on pre the other seasons after Betty's ATL. So they basically cut Tanisha out of the deal. And I feel like honestly, like a lot of the Bad Girls Club people, they love Tanisha, like, and they respect Tanisha. So like anything that Tanisha tells them, they're gonna listen to. They have like a much love respect for Tanisha. They don't disrespect Tanisha, and I feel like Natalie kind of got like that hate of that. Like that's why I feel like she really got up because she didn't like the fact that everybody was just hugging Tanisha, but at the end of the day, Natalie, when they came by you, you didn't want any hugs, which I don't understand. It's not like they treated you any different. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody wanted, I feel like majority of them wanted a hug, but Natalie, you just didn't want to give a hug because you got PTSD from DTB, which is kind of crazy. So some of the Bad Girls Club people, they went downstairs to check on Natalie to see, where she's at. It got back to like with them by the producers that Natalie, had shot out. She didn't want to, finished the scene off. Everybody went back upstairs, and then instantly, Bree and Lo started going back and forth. I was kind of like confused a little bit because I was like, they never had any beefs or no past beefs that I seen like on social media. And Bree is going to, I mean, Persuasion is gonna stick up for Bree and stuff, and Persuasion's like in her confessional, she feel like that Lo is so far up, Natalie's cooch, like it's just like she even forgot her name at one point, so it's like kind of like crazy and stuff. So Bree was like, get back on on set and stuff, and Lo was like, at the end of the day, you want to beef with anybody that have a name for themselves. It's like now you doing too much. Like what you want to fight me for? Like I'm not gonna sit here and fight white trash. And she was saying like a lot of racial slurs and stuff about Bree, like she's trailer park and all types of stuff. And Bree was like, if you want to fight, we could fight, whatever. And she instantly runs up on Lo. Honestly, like I'm like, Lo always anything that's dealing with a couch, Lo needs to get away from because every time she's fighting, she's always landing on a couch. So I feel like kind of like Bree kind of like hit her kind of like 2 to 3 times, and then instantly the security jumped, stopped the fight, and then Kat had wound up like snatching Bree from like her wig and stuff and pull her wig off, and like everybody was fussing at Kat, and it was like, Kat, why would you sit here and just do that? And Kat was like, that was like her friend, because Kat gonna ride for Lo. And a lot of people was bashing Persuasion because they felt like, Persuasion, you're a brief friend, why you didn't jump in? But it's like instantly I could see like Persuasion instantly like grab Kat when Kat did that. So I feel like she kind of still had Bree back a little bit, but everybody was like bashing Kat for doing that because it's like, why jump in when you wasn't needed? And like when Baddies West came out, a lot of people was calling Kat assistant and stuff, and I feel like she didn't want to be labeled as that again. So that's why she wrote for her friend, and she's like, she's gonna let it slide when it came down to everybody beefing with Natalie. Natalie left, and she was fine with that. But the minute that they always attacking Lo, she felt some type of way about that, so that's why she jumped in. So that scene got over with, y'all. Nobody could have been the Bad Girls Club couldn't release the cast. So instantly the next scene we got was Tinkerbella, Mariah Lynn, Biggie, Anna Mac, and Tasiki. They all linked up on like a rooftop, it looked like, and they always talking about like their beefs and who they going to get this season and stuff. Tinkerbella said that she had a problem with Cold Killer because of like the Baddie Party song and stuff. That was like the same type of storyline that DTB had. Mariah Lynn said that she had a problem with Summer, from sneaking her at the auditions. Biggie had her problem with Anna. Tinkerbella did ask Biggie, how was her relationship with Anna. Mac, ever since the Baddies East reunion. No, the Baddies Midwest reunion. Yeah, Baddies Midwest reunion. Anna Mac, felt some type of way because Biggie never jumped in for her. So, instantly Anna walks in and stuff, and Biggie was like, she really didn't want to talk about it. She wanted to talk about it, with Anna by herself. But they wound up like squashing their beef, and it was kind of like cute and stuff. Tinkerbell was like, y'all make up like Anna, you miss Biggie, and Biggie, miss Anna, so like y'all squash your beef. They wound up squashing their beef. Tasiki said that, she had a problem with Summer, mentioning her on social media about the situation that happened with her relationship with Krishan. So after that scene, a butler came in to give invitation to the girls to get invited to like a ball, like I guess like a ball, slash meet up slash house meeting slash Royal Rumble. Y'all know how they do. So instantly we get another scene which was Sukiana, Bad Dolly, Lex, and Summer, and they talked about what they have planned for this season. Bad Dolly said that she didn't have a problem with Tasiki, but if Tasiki want that, she gonna give it to her. And then someone said that the Bad Dolly beat Tasiki at the Baddies Midwest reunion, and Sukiana, I was laughing at Sukiana because Sukiana like, you did not win that fight. And she's like, well, I got in there with her. Like, I still got 32 teeth. But I'm like, bad dog. Like, even though you still got your 32 teeth, but at the end of the day, you still lost. Like, Hatika said that, damn, dog, you lost. Like, you still lost that fight. So it's like, let that go. Like, don't make it bigger than what it is. Like, and especially if y'all left the reunion and it was what it was. You see what I'm saying? Like, honestly, Dolly, you lost that fight. So, Sukiana, asked someone like, "What's the situation with her and Tasiki?" And she stated that she had a problem with Tasiki. It was a video that a blog page had wound up like posting of her basically cursing in front of kids, and I guess Tasiki had put like a smart comment at the bottom, or she had posted like an emoji and something. Um, is somebody I guess asked Tasiki, why did she post like what she put underneath that blog page post, whatever, about her cursing in front of kids and stuff. And I guess Tasiki gave her like a smart comment. It was like, she could do as she please. And someone was like, why you sitting here being in my business? You need to be worrying about, the situation that you got going on with your sister alleging that you did. And she stated, what she had did, which basically was, her sleeping with like her sister, which is kind of like crazy and stuff. But that's what some alleged that happened. And she was like, that came from Krishan. So basically, someone just repeated it, and a lot of people, looked at it as like, someone at the end of the day, that's family business. Like, you need to stay out of that. Like, let them do them. Like, that's family business. Don't get into that and stuff like that. But someone was like, I don't care, and I say what I say. She shouldn't have, voiced her opinion on my stuff. So I'm gonna voice my opinion on her stuff, and don't get mad at me. Get mad at your sister because your sister the one who said it. So Tasiki, I mean, Sukiana was like, at the end of the day, someone, you can't beat Tasiki. So like, are you willing to like get in the paint for, with Tasiki? And she's like, she don't care. Like, it win, lose or draw, she's still gonna get in the paint regardless. And that's what I gotta respect about someone. Someone got hurt at the end of the day. Like, she not gonna let a person, run over her. And one thing about someone, like, you could hit someone so many times. Someone always gonna have a mouth. Like, a truck could run over someone. Someone, I don't put that on nobody, but it's like, Summer's still gonna talk her mess. Like, she's still gonna talk, like, even after the security guard situation. Summer is still talking to her mouth to this day. Like, she's still talking to this day. So they also get an invitation from Suki, and I was kind of like laughing because from Natalie, from to get invited to like the ball stuff, and I was kind of laughing because it's like the camera cut on Suki on her phone, and it was like her home screen, and Suki was lying saying that she got a invitation to the ball from, and she got a text from Natalie, and when the camera pointed at the phone, it was her home screen. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so TV. Like, this is crazy. At least Zeus, y'all could have edited to where, like, y'all don't show Suki phone, but we clearly could see it was a home screen. So they all was, excited, about it and stuff. So they, got invited to the ball as well. And then it got to Scotty, meeting up with all the girls, which were more so with all like the moms, Chris Krishan a mom, Tommy a mom, Rolly a mom, DJ Scott and Sapphire, and she meet with them and she told them that she's having a baby with Lemmy and stuff, and she said that she didn't know the gender, which now we know is a girl, but she said if it's gonna be a girl, she was gonna name the child Iceland, and I was laughing at the fact that she said the boy name, but I forgot the name that she stated. And Tommy was like, "Oh no, you got to change that name. Like, that was a weird X." And I'm like, "Tommy, you can't make that girl do anything that she don't want to do." You see what I'm saying? If she want to name her child a certain type of name, like, you can't get mad at that. Like, but I like Iceland. I hope she sticks to that name. I feel like it kind of fit, Scotty. Uh, I feel like it fit her, so I feel like she should stick to that, honestly. But when I like the fact that Krishan showed like a softer side of her. She said that she did drop the Krishan rock. She dropped the rock. She just Krishan, so I like that for her. And it give off like Krishan is very like peaceful. She's not involved in like all the drama and stuff, and she just turned off a new leaf. So I really like about that, and it's like they all gave her words of encouragement. I like the fact that Rolly talked about that Scotty always talked to her about being a mother, and now she's about to be a mom. So it's like it's like everybody was like excited for her. I feel like she chose the right people to tell that to, because they could be relatable because they are mothers. I know some of them are mothers, like besides those girls, but I feel like those was the perfect people to tell, honestly. And I feel like she did the right decision. It was kind of shocking that Natalie wasn't there for her to see that in front of Natalie, but y'all know how Natalie is, always bringing that negative energy. So I guess, Scotty felt like it wasn't the right move to have Natalie be there in that scene, to talk about the situation. So all this is going on in one day. Everybody get invited to like the ball and stuff. instantly Smiley come, Fauna come, Tavi come, Cold Killer come, and instantly found her like literally took her wig off, put a swimming cap, everything, like just was getting ready. I'm like, okay, she's ready. Cold Killer came in with the lover boy beanie. I said, okay, she's trying to get in the field, she ready. Mariah Lynn walks in, and then Tinkerbella head comes in as well, and she's trying to get that issue with Cold Killer based off of the song. So she instantly tells Cold Killer to get up. Instantly, Cold Killer gets up. Honestly, Cold Killer has been doing good. Like, one thing about Cold Killer, I could say, like, Cold Killer is not scared of nobody, win, lose, or draw. But I feel like each time she's fighting is like she's getting better. Like, I feel like that third round, like she was swinging, like she was throwing the bees. I'm like, all right now, Cold Killer. All right now, Cold Killer. Killer was in there. Like, Killer was in there. Like, I was like, okay, I was kind of like shocked because I really wasn't expecting that from her, because it's like Tinkerbella, I'm not gonna say Tinkerbella like a heavy hitter, but like Tinkerbella be using her weight a lot. And she liked to, like she said, hairlock. She wasn't doing none of that. Like, they really came from like the wrist and stuff. And I was just shocked that Cold Killer kept up. But I do feel like Cold Killer won one of those rounds. I do feel like it was kind of a tie a lot of those rounds, but it's like they kept going, kept going. It did instantly Gretchen, walks in and stuff, and Anna Mac into Siki. Then instantly, Gretchen goes up to Anna Mac and she said that she wants to fight Anna Mac. Now, Anna was kind of confused because she's like, why you want to fight me, Gretchen? And Gretchen was like, you was talking your mouth. And I did see on a blog page, it looked like Anna Mac had did like an interview, and it was like her on stage, behind like a podium and stuff, and they wound up asking Anna Mac, why she uses the N word and stuff, and she was like, y'all could look by her about, her like race and stuff. Like, she don't feel like she needs to be explained and stuff. And she was like, she's not Gretchen. So I guess Gretchen looked at that as it being, like she was kind of like throwing her out there, and she felt some type of way about that. So she said that she when she see Anna, she's gonna approach her and talk to her about that. So instantly, Gretchen kept getting, closer to Anna and stuff like that. Instantly, Anna just throws something at Gretchen, and they instantly started fighting. Honestly, I would say Anna kind of got like the best of her. I did see Gretchen had like two knots on her head, and she had like an ice pack and stuff. And Tinkerbella still trying to go after Cold Killer. I'm like, y'all, come on now. Like, y'all fought about 5-6 times. Like, it's time to hang it up flat screen. Like, let it go. But it's like Gretchen was still trying to like run after Anna. And it got to where, like, I think it was like kind of like the second round, Gretchen tried to run up on Anna. Tasiki kept getting in the way. Like, I don't know, she was saying that um she was coaching Anna, but it's like you getting close. Like, I feel like what is you doing in the middle? Like, at the end of the day, like, they got security, they got people to break it up. If you're coaching her, but like coach her from a distance. Like, why you gonna be on the fight? And then it got to a point where Gretchen tried to run after Anna and try to swing on Anna, but she accidentally grabs Tasiki hair. But it's like, Tasiki, if you wouldn't have been in the middle, she wouldn't have grabbed you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why is you doing too much? Like, I feel like Tasiki was kind of like doing too much, and Krishan was trying to understand like what is the reason why y'all all fighting, like what's going on. Like, Krishan was kind of confused, and she was trying to see like what was the issue, why was this pressure between all y'all, because she feel like it don't need to be any fights, like if y'all not fighting for something that matters, which I understand where Krishan is coming from, which is kind of crazy because sometimes I just don't be agreeing with Krishan. But to say like this season is like I'm understanding where Krishan is coming from, because it's like to seek it like back up, you're doing too much, like what is you doing. So instantly, all you hear, I loud Summer, her being loud on my mama. She's coming in, which kind of was crazy. I feel like Zeus kind of like set Summer up a little bit, because it's like, if y'all notice, when they was walking in the building, Summer was in front of, Big Lex was in front of Summer. So when they was walking in the door, but it put it to where like Lex had wound up stopping and letting Summer go in. It didn't instantly. It's like they was trying to get that moment of having Mariah get her lick back. It did instantly when Summer walks in. Mariah runs up on Summer, and I was laughing at that because it's like Summer reflexes is so fast, but it really wasn't fast enough that she took her purse and slammed it on Mariah Lynn's head. Y'all, when I saw I was laughing, I was like, Lord, if Summer would have had some books in her purse, honestly, she would have bounced Mariah Lynn back to New York, because that was crazy. Like, if a books was have been in that purse, like that would have been Mariah head. Like she would have went straight back to the Bronx. Like honestly, that was kind of like crazy and stuff. And then you know, Mariah Lynn was like, I got that for you to seek it. I got that for you to seek it, which was kind of crazy because I'm like, ain't you had a problem with someone sneaking you from the auditions? Why do they have to be like you're sticking up for Tasiki? It's like they be wanting Mariah. I think Mariah Lynn wants to be Mariah Lynn Malone because I feel like she wants to seek it to be her bodyguard or something. And I feel like Anna Meg do that too as well. And I feel like Biggie does that as well. And it's kind of strange and it's kind of weird. Like y'all, who y'all on by yourself? Like why do y'all feel like y'all have to be like a group or anything and stuff? So instantly, Tasiki, have a problem with, someone and stuff, and she's like, she have a problem with someone like talking her mouth and stuff, and she want him like slapping someone, and um Biggie, had noticed that Smiley was going behind the cameras, and she was like, get back on set, and then instantly Biggie runs up on Smiley. And Coke Killer runs up on Tinkerbella. She threw like some flowers at her, and they want him like breaking everything up. And that was it for this episode, y'all. So honestly, it was a good first episode. I did expect it to not see less fights, but I'm glad that they did it that way because it shows us like it got to the point. Honestly, it talked about the situation with the Bad Girls Club. It talked about the situation, why they beefing with the next person, which was Coke Killer and Tinkerbella. It's like they got straight to the point, and I really did enjoy this episode. And I feel like Zeus did very good at editing. I really did like this, and they did a big one. To say that this was the first episode, they honestly really did a big one, and I did enjoy this episode. So yeah, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this situation. Who y'all feel like gonna be your favorites of this season? Who y'all feel like gonna be the fan favorite? Who gonna be the most valuable baddie? Y'all let me know in the comments, and make sure you guys like this video, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And who y'all rooting for, y'all? As always, guys, I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. I will be definitely doing an episode 2 recap after this video, so y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and join the game. You feel me? As always, be breezy, don't be easy. Yeah. What can I say? Can you blame? She wanna be big. Never stress, but that's what I say. I don't care what nobody say. I am lit. What can I say? Yeah.